4 easy ways to cook eggs in just a few minutes using an air fryer. In the past, I used to spend so much time in the kitchen whenever I cooked anything involving eggs, until I discovered just how incredibly easy it is to cook eggs with an air fryer. Today, I'm going to share super simple ways to cook eggs using an air fryer that will make your breakfast faster, cleaner, and still perfectly flavorful. Recipe 1. Boiled eggs. This is a very familiar dish. I'm sure everyone has tried it at least once. However, not many people know that you can completely boil eggs using an air fryer. First, place 2 whole eggs, with shells intact, into a heat-proof bowl or mold that is safe for use in an air fryer. Then, sprinkle a pinch of salt directly onto the eggs. This helps the eggs cook more evenly and prevents the shells from cracking during the process. Next, slowly pour water into the bowl, ensuring the eggs are fully submerged. Now, put the bowl with the water and eggs into the air fryer. Set the temperature to 170 degrees Celsius, about 340 degrees Fahrenheit, and start cooking. If this is your first time trying it, start with 8 minutes. During this time, the water will gradually heat up, creating a stable, boiling environment that allows the eggs to cook slowly. The eggs will stay still in the water without vigorous boiling, and the shells won't crack. If you like medium-boiled eggs with a creamy yolk, 8 minutes is ideal. When the time is up, carefully lift 1 egg out with a spoon. If you want fully hard-boiled eggs, cook them for 10 minutes. Immediately after, transfer the eggs to a bowl of cold or ice water for 2-3 minutes to stop the cooking process and make peeling easier. I will use numerical symbols for easier identification. Once peeled, you'll see the egg white is smooth and perfectly cooked, not rubbery, while the yolk is soft and beautiful just as you wanted. When you cut the 2 eggs in half, the 8-minute egg has a white that's just set and silky, with a yolk that's creamy and slightly runny in the center, rich, comforting, and delicious to eat. And there you have it, a perfect boiled egg made in the air fryer, still using water like the traditional method, but without needing the stovetop. By the way, where are you watching this video from? I really love seeing our little kitchen family growing all around the world, so please leave a comment and let me know. Recipe 2. Fried eggs. With this recipe, using a deep heat-proof dish or ramekin, the eggs will cook evenly, won't spill over, and still maintain a beautiful round shape in the air fryer. First, brush a thin layer of oil onto the dish. Then crack an egg into it. When cracking an egg, if a piece of shell falls in, don't worry, use a larger eggshell to gently scoop it out, and the small fragment will stick right away. Add a pinch of salt, and gently prick the yolk with a fork or sharp object so the egg can be safely cooked in the fryer. And cook at 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, for 4 minutes. The time and temperature seem fine, but wait 4 minutes and I'll show you where the problem lies. After 4 minutes, take the egg out, and you'll notice that the white is cooked, but the texture isn't as smooth as you'd like. That's because the heat from above makes the top surface of the egg a bit tough. So, for a perfect fried egg, here's a simple tip. My tip is to crack the egg into the dish as usual. But this time, cover the dish with a piece of aluminum foil. Fold the foil tightly around the edges of the dish so it stays secure and doesn't get blown around inside the air fryer. Cook the foil-covered egg at the same temperature, 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, for 10 minutes. This method protects the egg from the direct heat of the top heating element, allowing it to cook evenly. After 10 minutes, you'll have a perfectly cooked egg with a firm white and a soft, fluffy yolk that isn't tough at all. Now you can clearly see the difference between covering the egg with foil and not covering it. One is a perfectly cooked, beautiful, and tender egg, while the other is dry, overcooked, and chewy. So, remember to always cover the egg with foil before frying it in the air fryer. Recipe 3. Poached eggs. Now let's move on to poaching eggs. And this is where the real difference comes in. Choosing the right container. In fact, this step is extremely important. When I first tried this method, I experimented with various bowls and cups, and the results were noticeably different. This time, I'm using 1 cup and 1 heat-proof bowl. Pour enough water to completely cover the egg in each, and add a pinch of salt for better flavor and more even cooking. Gently crack 1 egg into each container. Now, do the same thing, but this time with a cup, and the final result will surely delight you. Then place them one by one into the air fryer. Next, cook the eggs in the air fryer at 190 degrees Celsius, 375 degrees Fahrenheit, for 8 minutes. Even with the same temperature and time, the difference is still very obvious. When the time is up, carefully remove both the cup and the bowl. The water will be very hot, so use tongs or a thick cloth. Then, pour out the excess water to let the eggs cool slightly and make them easier to handle. Right after this step, the poached egg in the cup has a perfectly round, smooth, and beautiful shape, just like the ones you get at a cafe. Meanwhile, the poached egg in the bowl is slightly flattened, uneven, and the edges aren't as neat. So, if you want evenly cooked, beautiful, cafe-style poached eggs, choosing a cup is crucial. It gives you clean, consistent, and identical results every time you cook. Recipe 4. Scrambled eggs. Finally, we have scrambled eggs made in the air fryer. Unlike fried or boiled eggs, scrambled eggs require a bit more attention. First, prepare a deep, heat-proof dish or bowl. Whisk 2 eggs with a pinch of salt and pepper. This small amount of pepper adds a subtle aroma and makes the scrambled eggs more flavorful. Next, pour the egg mixture into the dish and place it in the air fryer, setting the temperature to 150 degrees Celsius, about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Cook for about 9–10 minutes. This time, there's no need to stir the eggs, just leave the mixture undisturbed during cooking. This way, when eating, you can scoop soft, creamy, rich bites however you like. When the time is up, the scrambled eggs will be perfectly cooked, fluffy, rich, and silky smooth, so tempting that you'll want to eat them right away. Even my husband, who was initially skeptical about making scrambled eggs in an air fryer, had to admit they turned out surprisingly delicious. This method proves that with just a little patience, an air fryer can absolutely produce amazing scrambled eggs, soft, creamy, and super convenient without needing to stir during the cooking process. I hope today's video inspires you to try a new dish, one that's quick, warm, and full of flavor. If you find these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more easy kitchen hacks you'll love.